Hi, everybody. I'm going to be reading aloud your retake of the 6.4 end of unit assessment. So if you'll take a look at question number 1. Mai biked 5.5 miles today, and Noah biked 1 3/8 miles. How many times the length of Noah's bike ride was Mai's bike ride? A, 4 times as far, 121 16th times as far, 9/2 times as far, or 1/4 times as far. Pause the video and do the work in your notebook. Question number 2. Which expressions represent the same value as 8 divided by 5/7? Keep in mind, you may have more than one answer choice here. You're going to select all that are equivalent to 8 divided by 5/7. 8/1 divided by 5/7. 8/7 divided by 5/7. 56/7 divided by 5/7. And 5/7 divided by 8. Pause and do the work in your notebook. Question number 3. Divide. Represent fractions using a slash and separate any mixed numbers with 1 space. So in your notebook right now, I want you to write out these problems 1 through 4. So we have 2/3 divided by 1/7 for number 1. Number 2, 7/4 divided by 3/2. Number 3, 3/4 divided by 1/16. Number 4, 3 1/4 divided by 3/5. Go ahead and pause and remember your rules for division. You're going to find a common denominator and divide. Pause and do the work. Okay, question number 4. Andre draws this tape diagram for 3 divided by 2/3. Okay, so if you take a look here, he's broken it up. The 3 is on top, 1, 1, and 1. And then he breaks it up down here by 2/3. He divides it up by 2/3. Andre says that 3 divided by 2/3 equals 4 1/3 because there are 4 groups of 2/3 and 1/3 left. Do you agree with Andre? Explain your reasoning. So if you don't know where to begin, I would start by checking his work and doing the math here. Is this correct? Go ahead and pause and do the work. Question number 5. How many 1/4 inch cubes does it take to fill a box with a width of 2 3/4 inches, length of 3.5 inches, and height of 1 1/4 inches? Now I'm going to give you a hint. The first thing you're going to want to do is figure out how many small cubes, how many 1/4 inch cubes will fit inside each of these lengths. Okay, so you're going to figure out how many 1/4 inch cubes will fit inside each length of this cube. Once you figure that out, you're going to use the formula for volume. Volume equals length times width times height, and multiply those 3 numbers together to get your answer. Go ahead and pause and do the work. Question number 6. Lynn has 2 small baking pans, each shaped like a rectangular prism. For each question, explain or show your reasoning. Lynn lines the bottom of her first pan with aluminum foil. The area of the rectangular piece of foil is 11 1/4 square inches. Its length is 4.5 inches. What is the width of the foil? So right now in your notebooks, go ahead and draw a rectangle to represent the bottom of this pan. Now label one side with the length of 4.5 inches. And then it looks like we are looking for, we don't know the width. So label the width with a question mark. Now it tells us what the area is. The area is 11 1/4. Go ahead and pause the video and do your work for question number 1. You are looking for the width. Okay, question number 2. Lynn's second pan has a length of 8/3 inches, a width of 15/4 inches, and a height of 3/2 inches. What is the volume of the second pan? So volume is a key term here. Remember your formula for volume. And then that will tell you what you need to do with these 3 numbers. Go ahead and pause and do the work. Question 7. Jada made 8 cups of blueberry jam and divided the jam equally among 6 containers. How much jam went into each container? 24 cups, 1 cup, 3/4 of a cup, 4/3 of a cup. Pause and do the work. Question number 8. Select all the expressions that are less than 1. So you're going to select all of these that are less than 1. So remember, you might have multiple answers here. Go ahead and pause, and you're going to do each one of these in your notebook to determine if they are less or greater than 1. If they're less than 1, then you're going to check them. Pause and do the work. Question number 9. A recipe calls for 3/5 of a cup of sugar per batch. Elena used 7 1/5 cups of sugar to make multiple batches of cookies. How many batches did she make? Okay, you may stop the video and complete question number 9. Make sure to review your answers and make sure you answered everything before submitting. Good luck.